Back when my oldest son was in high school, we spent over a year building this strip canoe. We had a great time building it together, but truth is, we haven't really used it that much since we built it. But this weekend, my son was home from college. Neither one of us had solid plans, so we decided to take it out for a spin at one of the local reservoirs. It's not a very remote place. A road runs along the shore. There's plenty of families lining the shore, trying their hand at catching fish. However, the scenery was beautiful, and the air was fresh. And a little bit of exercise certainly wouldn't hurt either one of us. Right. My son's not into fishing that much, but I can't help but take a rod with me pretty much everywhere I go. We paddled to the end where the stream enters the reservoir. My black woolly bugger wasn't doing much, so I decided to tie on a green one.
All right, green. Don't fail me now.
I typically prefer to use a fly rod. But for short trips like this, a spinning rod with a bubble makes life pretty darn simple.
Hey, he did not fail me. He did not fail me. Like I didn't hook him in the mouth.
Where the stream entered the reservoir, there was a nice little eddy that kept the canoe pretty steady, but the fish liked to hang out in it as well. Nothing too surprising in this lake, mostly just stocked rainbows. You could tell by how pale they were, and by the general lack of fins. It was amazing when you were in that eddy. You almost didn't move at all, which is probably why the fish liked being there as well. There was a gentleman fishing the mouth of the stream, but once he left, we tucked ourselves up against a stump and some bushes. This made it easy to cast into that eddy, and we caught a lot of fish. My son's pretty patient, and he let me fish for a half hour or so while he held onto that stump, keeping the canoe in place. Once we figured where the fish were hanging out, it wasn't too much of a challenge, but it was kind of a fun way to spend part of an afternoon.
Almost every cast. There he is. Right there. Jumpy. Got a little jumpy. One. At least he hit nicer.
Eventually it was time to head back to the car. On our way there, we had to run the rapids where the stream entered the lake. It was pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah! Running the rapids!
Okay, not really. But it was as close to rapids as we were going to get on this trip. As we headed back to the car, we realized we'd been paddling with the wind the whole way. Additionally, for about 10 or 15 minutes, some unseen rain cloud insisted on getting us wet. The wind kicked up a little bit. We had to paddle against a few waves, but nothing too tough. This big old canoe kind of acts like a sail, and so it took both of us paddling to keep it in a straight line. We didn't paddle too hard though, because we weren't too eager to get back to the car. Eventually, all good things come to an end, and we beached the canoe. I'd been trolling the whole way and hadn't felt so much as a little bump.
Did you have a nice water ski there, buddy? Nice. How long you been tagging along? See, this guy's got no fins neither. You didn't stand a chance, didn't you? No brakes.
On the way back home, we decided to fish the spillway for a little bit, and here we picked up a little bit of a surprise. I've caught grayling in this area before, but I wasn't expecting these. It had been a great afternoon, and we definitely needed to use that canoe a little bit more.